pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yep. Mr. Jones? Here. Mr. Towers? Yep. Mr. Moore? Yep. Here. This item shows today's agenda. Consider that for approval.
Make a motion.
Support by Jones, support by the board. I heard first.
Yeah, that's fine.
Go with that. All those in favor of the agenda, signify by aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Next item we've got the minutes from our last meeting. Small book.
Yeah, that's what the election.
Hopefully need glasses today, Jerry. Hopefully need glasses today. No, because I forgot mine.
Discussion on minutes. All those in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. December schedule. That's probably not going to the second one for Tuesday.
No. This one, no, this is the, it'll be the 11th and either the 26th or 27th, 28th, whatever. The 11th for sure. And either the 25th or 27th. Somewhere in there.
Go for the 27th. That way people are staying over Christmas and
And there was a request, and you did it, you approved it last year, closing at noon on the 31st. '24th and '26th on those.
select good motels and stay there for the years. That works out pretty good. You did it last year, well?
Yep. The 11th, the 7th. Yep. And close at noon on the 31st.
Agenda item, future meeting.
You did whatever you want to do it. Yes, correct.
Can't we just have it on it?
We could. Or that.
Back in the end anyway.
Or she gets to do whatever she wants.
Are we gonna do that?
So, yeah, we set the hours in the courthouse.
I make this part of the motion to close the meeting on the 31st.
Motion from Schulte to meet on the 11th, the 27th, and to close the courthouse at noon on the 21st.
31st, yeah.
Thank you, 31st, that's a better date. Or support to that, any further discussion? Setting the December schedule, all those in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
All opposed, same sign. Aye.
Geez, I can't believe we're here so early.
Item is considering the erection of the sign on the north Y of Waukegan. We have correspondence between Conservation Director, DOT, it's what the Conservation Board, they've addressed it. Indicated he would have been here if he didn't have a funeral to attend. Shared words on that previously. Discussion, action, interest in any action that
I won't say I like the looks of the sign. It'll be a nice addition.
has the chief council been contacted about it at all, or is it?
I'm not aware.
Probably say, they have a town sign there, if it's something that they would think would kind of block vision of that or something, but.
Watch it, they'll work around.
Last meeting, Brooks class, DOT made a suggestion that it be viewed as the official sign courtesy of the county, not a sign that we're approving for the Legion to put up. I would ask that the motion minute or wording be reflective of that.
I think we should let them do it.
We have to pass a resolution on in order to,
Try to grab it. Make comments towards that.
The DOT wouldn't ask for it as an official resolution. County. Doing a resolution. No, just, I didn't read all of that.
From whatever I've been told, resolutions and motions are exactly the same thing. Resolution just gives you more of a document to look like. Otherwise, if you want to do it by resolution, we could have it on the next meeting to approve the resolution itself. Yeah, I don't think there's a copy from you.
What do you mean by that? We turning square corners.
I've never heard that phrase before.
that's in the one that's
Yeah, if you want, a resolution done on the 11th, you can do that.
Probably the best way to go.
And have, what,
We can't pass a resolution verbally,
the other agenda,
as a resolution, no.
yeah. That's up to you. I don't have a resolution prepared anyway, I have Melinda.
I don't care either way, I can do it right now, we can make a resolution, make a resolution.
Guess we can do it now, if they want a resolution, let's do it.
The resolution, I mean, it's getting done either way.
Yeah.
That, getting done, getting prolonged if we,
Yeah, the ground's gonna get a little hard, I think, by the next meeting for digging those holes.
If you don't want to make a resolution, I'll make a motion.
I don't think the resolution is necessary, if that's what you want to do, we'll get it. Mike's motion for that.
Okay, what is your motion?
Yeah, they go ahead and let's sign it. I think that's pretty nice.
To allow, do they have
The
a,
Legion.
The Legion, Cochino
they
Legion.
have Cochise Legion?
American Legion calls them Legion.
I would make, I don't like that wording, that to me raises more of a red flag than what the resolution does and what they share with. The distinguishing point of the sign was essentially be viewed as an official sign, courtesy of the county, not an American Legion sign directly approved from the county.
Or to let our conservation board.
Yeah.
That's the plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to cut American Legion out of this, it's just, they made that know that it was.
American Legion and the conservation board work together to put it up. I'd say it that way, to let them work together to put it up.
What?
To let the Legion and
So you want the
conservation.
county to allow Chief American Legion to erect a sign with
In concert with
conservation.
conservation.
conservation?
You better just approve conservation installation of the veteran sign that they requested.
We'll make a mess out of her paper. We'll just leave it.
I don't want to vote against this, but
Yeah, but just between the two of them, if they can put it up. It really takes two, because the Legion's gonna be the one donating the sign. Jerry, second.
Yep, no.
I have right now, county allows the Chief American Legion to erect a sign with the assistance of conservation.
The
Oakdale
official
County
letter.
Conservation,
Yeah, it should not be an American Legion sign erected with approval from the county.
Well, then change the two around, put conservation first, so American Legion sign it.
Conservation asked that the board consider allowing the installation of this sign. I would like
Conservation.
I would like to say, approve the conservation board request to install the sign.
With the assistance of the Legion.
I think that brings us right into the area the DOT wanted us to talk about. The request from conservation details all of that, but they're simply requesting our approval. From what I've seen, I think that's clean.
No matter how we do it, the Legion's gonna have to be in it, because they're donating signs. that's okay with you, Jerry.
Yeah, I'll support that too. Take a stand.
Sure.
Any further discussion or comments? Or how it's worded again?
It's good.
How it's worded?
I've got Osceola County allowing Osceola County Conservation to erect the sign with the assistance of the Chief American Legion. But do you want donated instead of, are they donating the sign? Or do you want donating in there?
Not the carrier. Okay.
The donation of Chief American Legion.
Sounds good.
Are you sure?
I will call the question.
All those in favor, signify by aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Mark, that she's prepared to send out the package for the compensation board. I believe the sheriff is requesting the 17th December to meet. Do we have an additional appointee for that? I have talked to, other than the one that didn't want to be reappointed, and one tell me no, and two others have not heard back from. That's probably a reason. Any,
I asked Buck to, and they haven't gotten back to me yet either.
I got a couple of those.
I think you talked to Gene, he told me, no, I don't know if he got back to you or not.
Still a bit, can we still do that, or?
Even if we only have one.
Well, yeah. Right, recommended.
Well, if we can't find anybody.
I'll call him back and ask, back, either yes or no.
To offer free lunch.
okay, that's the only appointee we can't appoint. Oh, good, that probably won't be. Jan was getting smoked there. Okay, no action on that.
I can see she wrote yes on her page.
Oh, yeah.
To be in favor.
Then, reappointment of Julie Mickelson to the County Board of Health. If she's completed her first term and is willing to be reappointed, and go to the Health Board, is happy to make that recommendation to us. We are one to the official appointment, so.
We'll make that motion to reappoint. I'll support.
Jerry Helmers. Support to reappoint Julie Mickelson to the County Board of Health. Further discussion? How's that motion read or read? All those in favor, signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. Next is the TIF report certification.
Here they all are.
Is there a particular order or not?
Yes, there is.
Go.
You would not be happy with this.
Do you want me to wait till you get close?
Yes, the ethanol has 1 year left.
Where's the sticky note on this other one that says we still need to collect from last year?
Is that my writing? Oh, that's the new Ochean, the tip over there, and that's how much we still have to collect to pay their bills. They still have 2 bills left out there.
Busted more than it currently generated.
This is our normal one. Look at that roll, that's the top one. I want to close filter, I'll get them. Here's.
January 31st. Went to the security office yesterday. Wow, woohoo. It's kind of a weird feeling. Yeah. I have no idea. We did. Yeah. But then you get up at 6 o'clock, say, now what? Who? George Pomeroy. Oh, did he? I knew he wasn't doing good. I thought January, yeah.
Oh, I think we're in the first year.
January 31st.
Oh, okay.
I won't be 65 till the 16th.
See, they got the basement done again, for that new house.
I noticed that, yeah.
Well, they actually got a porch and everything, I think.
I think you're right, yeah.
Good, this guy has the weather coming in. Can we jump back to 10 o'clock, I can have my girl or something, conference?
Yeah, because that's from economic development, so, yeah. Oh my gosh,
Can be a pretty
sure.
So I'll have it 10 o'clock to do, because Steve's wife's here for a half hour, right?
Exactly.
Jason was just asked about it, that's a telephone conference with Nolan in regarding the Bay City drainage concerns. So, and she interested in talk to you about some drainage issues in Bay City.
They know what contractor comes up.
That's what it said. Telephone conference with Nolan Downs, county attorney, regarding Bay City drainage concerns and other drainage matters in Osceola County.
I don't think once you start talking, it doesn't start quite deal.
So that wasn't related to our current.
Not the,
No. Huh?
Yeah, shouldn't that come out of Nolan's? He's the one that called the previous lawyer.
I don't know. I think it could have been. We don't really have a line for that. I don't know, whatever you guys are, you want to be on it. Because it was, yeah,
Cause it'd be no different than like, any of the other legal publications or whatever they went through.
I'd almost say we want the county attorney. That's just what I thought.
well, we can change it. Perhaps it's coming out of your line. So you want to switch?
Yeah.
I would fix it. Yes, you snow fence and the county engineer, do we use snow fence anymore?
If you have questions for you, he's not here.
Unless I'm just missing.
Another assessor to,
Spectrometry?
how much is it all?
Yeah, that's something she budgeted for.
What do we get? Is that like a service contract or something?
I imagine that's probably part of it. You'd have to ask her. Yeah, the aerial, but I don't know if she has a service contract with them or not.
Is that annually, that much? Do you know?
unless you wanna come over and talk about assessor stuff, so. What is hers anyway? What? Oh, okay, I usually just walk over there, so I'm not used to, okay, thanks.
I can walk over there too.
I just, oh, Sharon, they were questioning one of your claims here for, what was that for?
Spectrometry International.
Just for that spectrometry. You wanna go over and just kind of explain it to them? Okay, thank you. What?
I have one other than one.
Yeah, it's just me, I don't know your intercom number. That Hudson Law Firm, they want that changed to the county attorney budget. Yeah, that's a bill I think Sheila did yesterday. It's for $158.50. They'd like to just come out of his instead of theirs. All right?
What is that,
Okay,
Sharon?
thanks.
And then, is that 21,000 annually, or what, how come it's so?
Oh, yeah, annually, yeah.
It's
You know,
20-some
well,
thousand every year?
You know, they flew the county
Yeah.
a year ago, and they're giving me the first 60-some thousand for 3 years to pay for it. So, this is their second, let's say second or third. Oh, it says on the front.
And they do fly it every 3 years,
Well, 2 or 3, yeah. The first time they do it, then, they want to come back in 2 years, but we'll probably stretch to 3. So, yeah, it's just a contract payment. Second of 3, the last January was paid.
I guess my question is, does that need to be done every 3 years?
Well, I guess we can decide that. We can put it off longer. We found out though that, the pictures are priceless. You know, we love it. We're going out there checking, make sure buildings are there, buildings aren't there. So we can actually measure from the spectrometry and then also to identify the crop and non-crop. So for the current area, kind of important.
and if anybody has any changes, you see it then in 3 years.
We can stretch it out. You know, I certainly won't fly again without, you know, letting my conference board know. But,
You can do the same thing with Google Earth. I
Well,
can draw a line and give me a measurement.
yeah, but we don't have our parcel information. It's not connected with all our parcel information. You know, all the ownership, track, parcel information. And we were using just some free government area prior to this. So,
What happens after 3 years?
When we do it.
And then fly it in.
never fly in, put new variables on the system. Yeah.
And then you can compare the pictures to see if it's condition of the house.
You know, it could be.
Oh, this is not
It
my
could
job?
be.
You can get the
Yep.
same thing with a satellite.
We contracted
The
with,
government can tell me where everything is.
so. They're all doing it.
Because my graphics.
It was easy to sell,
Maps
the
there.
board when we did it.
I don't know where you, but it shows
Um,
where I'm at.
Show the property after? Yeah.
so.
So you don't know where we're at then? First, second, third?
Yeah, this is
page?
second of three, and then when we fly again, then it'll be another second.
Can
We were talking about it.
can you fly it like for 3 years and then take 3 years off or whatever and then do it again, or do they have to keep going?
You know, we signed a contract to fly, which we did last
Yeah.
fall, and then they gave us 3 years to pay for it. But we actually signed a contract for 2 flights, but we can stretch those flights out, it doesn't have to be 2 years or 3 years. And the reason we signed a contract for 2 flights is because we got the lock-in today's price.
Okay, you
No.
can,
I can stretch the second flight out, I don't have to do it in 2 years, talk about that at the conference board when the time comes.
Is there any sort of, like, tech help that comes along with this price, or with your computer program? Or is this just for flight?
This is just for the flight. We can call Pictometry, but Pictometry is integrated in our Payma software, our Master software, and we can put it on our solution software. So those pictures can go into other programs.
But do you have a service contract with that other software?
For the Pictometry, no. It's just paying for the flight.
Seems like a lot, Jared. So does everything else. That's all I have.
Yep.
Discuss that. That's a lot of money. You could miss some things. It's still be money.
Just trying to think, like, flying Osceola County, I suppose, how far apart do they fly it every mile? Fly, what way or what, I don't know.
There's an outline there, camera.
Yeah. What is the SDS?
That way. The government can zero in on a bill going on that way.
I don't think they get those access to that though.
No, but I don't think they use fly over anymore. They just take a satellite picture of all your stuff. That would be a lot of money for them to fly the whole US.
Jesus, every county in the state of Iowa.
Yeah. Well, every place you've got crops.
Then, that's just the state.
Okay, say what next supervisor meeting in Des Moines, go to that, because they're always there. Your concrete and all those guys are always there, you can sit and ask them. Ton of questions.
Well, I question this.
But no, it is interesting to sit and visit with those guys to see what they all can do and why, and
$6 to be 3 years for all 99 counties. It's a good gig.
Any action that we would like to take on certifying the SIP reports and approving the state report? Have identified UR6 and JRJ as conflicts of interest due to fraud on the water service. This is not approving any of the action done, it's just certifying reports that say what has been involved in the area, so I think that is key to act on the report presented by the auditor's office.
And same with the,
so. No motion to approve it?
We do both reports in one.
Got it.
Yes.
Got it.
And make sure to make a motion to certify the SIP report and approve the state report.
Second.
Mr. Jones. Any further discussion or comments, questions? All those in favor signify with aye. Aye. All those opposed, same sign. I get the sign until 1:30.
Martin,
Yes.
is Veridesk, is that thing they got on the TV that you stand up with?
Mm-hmm.
$450. Wow.
what is that?
Veridesk is like this thing that goes on top of your desk. Works from a state office. It's just commercial.
I'm okay.
I tell you what, I've talked to some people that have it, they look for it.
Really?
Yeah, great for that.
Sheila.
I've walked into a few offices where they're just standing there, take for a minute.
She was just arguing about it.
15 minutes from that time.
I don't know. Remember the ham come up?
Yeah. That's good to be Jason.
Order the agenda.
Up to you, you're the chair.
I've been instructed that you should wait with all the order of the agenda, so I would be in favor of waiting until.
See why I have these glasses in here.
You wanna put the cell phone service for non-departmental?
What department said it is, 99?
Yeah.
That is for, Lauren Root. She pays part of it for NIC. She's on NIC program, the plan, if that's the part that she. Thanks, there's the one there for her for 25. Isn't NIC getting rid of his plan anyway?
They're talking about that.
So I don't know
They
what,
made a decision yet.
okay, I don't know what she's gonna do then.
Where does his cut off? So that 184 is for,
There's 3 out there. There's his and that, and Darren's, they all have.
And they're talking about getting rid of them. And just giving them,
A stipend
Yeah.
each month.
that's what he is getting on the county, because then you're responsible for replacement.
basically insurance and all that kind of stuff.
$30 a month.
Nick was for that. They hadn't taken official action. I think it's a good idea.
Save a lot of money.
Yeah.
I think that's what the,
What's that?
As I said to him,
Should?
they don't carry 2 homes every day.
contract is
Yeah.
county phone.
That was my
City authorized.
Well, this is the share that we sent to them. Cause they get half of another.
Like another rehab, I'll go for this one, another rehab.
She has another one in there, she said.
Yeah, they were looking at, but we use one claim,
Okay,
and then change, have some claims.
Okay. Did you change that name to St. Margaret?
I did, yeah, there's all got changed.
Okay.
Operation has been removed.
Okay, they can approve that one then.
Yep,
Okay,
yep,
thanks.
yep.
So which one did she, or is that just her request for that amount?
Certification to the town auditor,
Yeah.
which everybody does on the.
Yeah, and we have to say. Hey, Larry. You mean the one we had last week, the public hearing? So, yeah, it was information. Yep.
Anybody for information. So how can, here's the question, maybe I'm just not looking at this. How can they have to appeal before they get the information? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I asked a couple of the Terry Silver and Brian Kelly about that app. That or before, I mean, you can do it at the meeting.
Well, that's the way down in Melbourne, and they did.
Yep, that's how they did that one that I went to down in Melbourne, when they had that annex conversation with Tim in Melbourne, so I don't know. That whole thing just, yeah, I don't know what happened there.
I don't think it's gonna make any difference, but
So,
I just, the more I think about it, I'm just thinking, how can, people, do that without knowing the information, first?
Go for Elder Bridge, not up Des Moines, Elder Bridge.
Yeah.
You can go on both. Up Des Moines, that's rough. You come in anywhere. But it's 2 weeks before for Monday. You have a representative?
Jerry is, but they're reconstructing their whole floor, so he has to,
I've never been to a meeting.
They've never,
Well, originally started out, it was Ed's,
mhm,
it was on Ed's, what do we call it? I think it was a
Committee.
committee.
mhm.
And there was a conflict of interest with Ed, so then I took it over. And Jamie Whitney called me, and wanted to do a, what do they call it?
Board member?
Yeah, orientation, yes.
Oh, okay.
They're drawing a blank.
Yeah.
And said he was gonna get back to me, and we've never done it, and I've never, ever since then had a email or anything from anybody
Really?
on meetings.
No notification when you have meetings or anything like that, send them a
I
board
got a
packet?
notification that they were thinking about this reorganization, but that's all I've ever gotten, so.
They want less board members.
Okay. Right now, they have 12 counties, and they have a elected official, a client, and somebody from the public sector. So that's 36 members, which is a lot.
Didn't they wanna go, I don't know if I read that right or not, didn't they wanna go to like a 4-county
A region.
and then do 3 from
Mhm.
the 4 regions?
don't
That is
remember
just
that,
what-
I don't remember that discussion,
Oh,
that's
wow.
been, you know, maybe, I've been off about a year now, so.
Well, that's kind of the way the information I got. I sometimes wonder if I may be a conflict of interest for myself, because my daughter teaches stuff. And
I
I'll be
think
honest
you're
with you.
okay, that,
I'll be honest with you, I actually have a few issues, so.
with that Head Start she teaches for?
Yeah.
They do a really good job with Head Start, I mean, as far as being on board and meeting all the requirements and goals and stuff, they've done pretty well.
That's debatable. I shouldn't say that. I think they have a few,
And Head Start has their own advisory council.
you know, in there that, I just better shut up. I would say.
Well, there's a good reason why you should attend the meetings and figure out what's going
Yes,
on.
yes, you're absolutely right, and
Yeah.
that's, yeah, absolutely. They have a horrendous high turnover rate of teachers. Terrible. And there's probably a reason for that.
I don't think you can match probably what the regular teacher gets paid for one thing.
Well,
Shelley?
In the first,
they contacted her,
Okay.
my daughter, and, she said, well, I can't afford to do it. And she said, then they called her back and said, well, I don't know if they can do it or not, but they did it. They said, what's it gonna take? And she said, well, this much, and we matched it. So, but, you know, you gotta apply for unemployment. You know, it's a 9-month job and you're by the hour. So, Christmas, Thanksgiving, summer, anytime we have off, you have to, well, you can collect unemployment, but you have to apply for it or something.
We're not done. We're not gonna finish.
That was more something by the state or, state that they used to
Yeah.
do it 12 month
Yep,
payment.
I
And
understand.
then they were told you can't do that, you gotta do it within the 9 months that they're hired.
We better hope they come back.
I do remember that, it's
They've
good.
got their equipment, that's all that hostage.
Yeah. Did you go look at the treasurer's office? When I was over there? Hmm? I mean, they ripped it right down to the outside wall.
In your office, too?
Never let me know what I missed.
No, my office hasn't done anything yet. This is just the water leak room, not putting that downspout up.
I'm gonna see if
You'd
you
have to ask
found one.
Sheila.
If she finds one.
You might be surprised. We still got the bridge to get Raleigh.
Yep.
Still get people coming and
Yeah, we're gonna have another week too.
really,
You know, to have a good middle school get that.
Hmm?
You know, to have a good middle school get that.
Look at Mary Poppins.
Oh. I was hoping you'd be going to spend down there and keep it down.
No, not that long. Mary Poppins returns.
Okay. I wonder how many of them seen the first one. I wonder how many of them have actually seen the first one. I know our
I'm probably more into the Marvel comics.
Rich is good.
Yeah, it's funny.
Madison didn't like wearing the 3D glasses the whole time.
When did she?
Well, then she had popcorn, so she put her fingers up
Oh,
there.
yeah, okay.
So Rick held them up and said, Madison, you can't even see through these things. You had to clean them off, and she enjoyed it.
There's some pretty good 3D effects. Toast pop right out at you.
Yeah, so it's like, once snowflakes are coming, so she tried, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe has to issue maybe has to do it back.
Yeah.
That's not what it is, but it's
A lot more than we thought.
Really?
Somebody made a comment, well, half the people here from Bloomington.
Really?
Okay. Road goes both ways. Though.
That's great. Nice to make them.
This week we got instant family starting.
Okay. Maybe we're gonna, yeah.
Really good.
Yes, yeah, we'll show some houses. Runs down in Kansas City, from the road lane at the office for a while. Then I come back on Friday for a close. Back down. So it's a one-man operation. Really?
She was at Dickinson County first, and then got a little bit of, yeah.
Yeah, she works.
Y'all about here?
The way they rotate days, whatever,
Well, yeah.
whatever calls come in, that person gets, they do the show for that day.
Where you at?
Okay, we'll see you in a few minutes. Bye. Yep, so we're getting to the county run a little bit late, she's going to the courthouse right now.
Oh.
She'll be right here.
And we open the annual report, we'll let Larry start on his presentation.
I don't have anything with me, I just have it in the car.
We can.
Probably, yes, about 5 minutes.
Ooh. She have another one, Doug? Oh.
Who's the sheriff this year?
Spencer Tanny,
Next year? Yeah, won't do that for January.
they were vice chair, I'm pretty sure he wants to take over chair next year.
You're in the rotation, are you?
He's thinking of past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
They do it right there.
Christians in like that. It's weird. Especially when you're talking about
That's always a bonus. The 30th plant. First they sent her to a dentist in Spencer. And then we had to a dentist in Gawker.
Oh.
Hi.
She's our Lord.
We know.
You should never work with your.
Dickinson County.
It's not how the last one worked out.
Of course, we got more snow over there.
Yeah, you can.
Where's your, you want to come up to the,
Huh?
your appointed time?
Okay. Slower than I wanted to.
Doing good.
Shelley Fenton here with the Elder Bridge, for the annual report.
Well, sorry I flew in here at the last minute, but I just finished in Dickinson County and kind of noticed it. So, thank you for inviting me to attend today. You will see what I handed around, what is our annual report from last year, with an insert showing what services were provided by Elder Bridge, either by us directly or through contract in Osceola County. One thing you'll notice different on this report is in the past, all we've brought to you is showing you what our contracts that we did with community providers entailed. We have a database now where we can pull better data for you. And so we've also included the direct services that Elder Bridge provides to residents of Osceola County, and that's at the bottom. So you will see that we provided $105,176 worth of services to Osceola County residents that are 60 and older. And just to highlight a couple, the benefit enrollment checkup, that is actually a federal grant program that Elder Bridge, along with the Northeast Iowa Area Agency on Aging, which is east of us, applied for it, and we received one of just 10 national grants, so we were pretty excited that we got that in the state of Iowa. So we're providing that service in 47 counties. So what that is to identify and do outreach to Medicare beneficiaries, not only just seniors on Medicare, but adults with disabilities who are on Medicare. And what we're trying to do is help those individuals access any additional services that they might be eligible for that they're not aware of. For example, we'll help them apply for LIHEAP, which is the Low Income Energy Assistance. We can help them apply for SNAP, which is what used to be food stamps. We can help them with their Medicare Part D premium, apply for assistance with those. We can help get them to a SHIP counselor if they want to have a Medicare Part D comparison for their prescription drugs. So we have currently only served one consumer where we've done this benefits enrollment checkup in Osceola County, but we are working on having an actual enrollment event here in Osceola County where we will advertise and we will have staff there, and we'll ask people to come in and let us help them with that benefit enrollment checkup to see if they're eligible for additional resources. So that's an 18-month federal grant. As you know, when I was here a year ago, I shared with you that the area agencies on aging in the state of Iowa have received several state budget cuts. And we had to figure out how we were going to deal with that. The bright side is we received a little bump from our federal Older Americans Act, which helped us to make up for that. But we also, a couple of years ago, really looked at government funding is not going to support the needs of the aging population in Iowa. So we've really expanded our outreach into trying to find alternate funding sources. So I have a grant writer, which is how we got that federal grant, but she writes for smaller local grants also. And I just hired a fundraiser And her sole purpose is to go out after corporate funding. There is corporate funding out there. And see if we can increase our corporate donations so that, we can offer more service, but also I'm working on being able to do a sliding fee scale. So we have Elderbridge Agency on Aging, which is a government funded, and we cannot charge for those services. We can ask for contribution, but we can't say, this service costs this, so please pay for the service. We started Elderbridge Alliance, which is a separate 501c3, about a year and a half ago. That is our private pay. We use no government funding whatsoever to support the Elderbridge Alliance. And so if a person wants the service and is able to pay for the service, they can pay us. And then any income over expense that we generate goes back to Elderbridge so that we can use those funds to serve more of the low income personnel. So I tell people I've got contribution, I've got private pay, we don't have that middle ground. That is my mission this year, is to get those corporate donations so that folks who can't afford full fee, but really should be doing more than a contribution, we can offer a sliding fee scale. So that is what we're really working on this year. The county funding, as you know, that is what helps us, number one, to do our federal match. We have to provide a 25% match to draw down our full federal funding through the Older Americans Act. So we utilize our county funding for that. But we also utilize the county funding to expand services. So we are able to provide more service to Osceola County because we get support from the county. You'll see that by the 2010 census, the 60-plus population is on the back side of the handout, is at 25% here in Osceola County. And that's only going to grow. Baby boomers are aging, and the incline in those over age 65 is increasing because we have good health care, people are living longer, etc. So last year, you provided us support of $2,500, and we thank you for that. This year, we are asking for $2.90 per 60-plus individuals living in Osceola County for a total of $4,686. You'll see there that for every dollar we received from the county, the $2,500 last year, the return on your investment was $42.07. So for every county dollar, we use our other funding to provide $42.07 worth of services in Osceola County. So I'm open to any questions you might have. I think we have actually increased services to Osceola County this past year. I'm really trying to look at any counties that we maybe haven't been serving at a higher level that we really focused on other counties. I will tell you, your county is one of the biggest returns on investment at the $42 per dollar.
What are some typical contributions from other counties? Are you seeing a lot of through the requested $290 per senior, or?
Yes. I will tell you, we serve 29 counties, and we have one county that doesn't support us at all, and I've been battling with them like they just don't understand. We have a couple of counties that don't give us the full, but the majority of our counties give us our full match. So last year we asked for $2.85 per 60 plus. This year we're asking for $2.90 per senior. So we appreciate any support you can give to us. The really exciting service that we're able to help fund here in Osceola County is the Osceola Community Express. And that was thanks to Larry advocating with us and bringing that to us, that Osceola County was starting their own transportation service, and they applied for some funds from us so that they can offer it on a contribution basis. Any other questions?
What do they do with what's the homemaker service?
Homemaker?
Yeah.
So we contract with Osceola Community Health. Homemaker services is those things that help that person remain in a safe environment. So it might be doing cleaning, laundry, it might be doing meal prep, it might just be grocery shopping. It's those things that senior can't do anymore for themselves, and with a little bit of help they can stay living in their home.
Do you go out and help people out the farm too?
Pardon me?
People that live out of town, like out on a farm place?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's the entire county, not just the city. One of the other services we provide is elder abuse prevention services. So, and what we find is the biggest thing we see is self-neglect. So those individuals that might be living in their home, but it's not a very safe environment, we can send our staff in to either help them move to a safer location or get services in there to get that living situation better.
Is $43 an hour pretty reasonable for that?
Oh, for the homemaker service? Yes. Yes. Because through Osceola Community Health, their homemaker will do some personal care assistance also. So if the person needs help with a bath, they'll provide that also. So yeah, it's very reasonable.
Will they check the drugs?
A nurse, and that's not really funded necessarily through Elderbridge. Generally, if they need medication assistance, that would be through Medicare, Medicaid, but through that thing.
I guess the one question I have is, do they advertise a phone number, what they can do, so people that really have no idea?
That was my question. How do you go about,
Yeah.
how do they go about accessing you?
Yeah.
Somebody that needs help, is there something?
We have an 800 number.
But where
And
do they get the 800?
I get it. So, I tell people, some of you have been around for a long time. Do you remember Northwest Aging Association? Okay. I used to work for them. Larry was on our board. So, several years ago, the state required us to merge. And so we took on the Elderbridge name and went from the 9 counties to 29 counties. I'm still finding that my public relations sites and myself, as we're going out there talking to folks, and we say Elderbridge, they look at us kind of funny. We say, what does Northwest Aging? Oh yeah, they know who that is. So I don't like that. I think that's an issue. And Larry will tell you, one of the things we're doing right now is rebranding our agency. I have hired public relations specialists to get out and get our word out, because I can't do it all in 29 counties. I did a 6-month 29 county tour about Disneyland. So we're really trying to do better outreach. We're using social media, and we know seniors don't necessarily use Facebook, Twitter, those kinds of things, but guess who does? Their families, their children, their caregivers. So we're utilizing those avenues as much as we can also. So we will be doing, as soon as we pull all our rebranding together, we will be doing a really big marketing push.
I think, like home health here too, I think they need to put something out so what they can all do for you. For the issues.
Can they? I mean,
What's
the
that?
hospitals and home health, can they pass the word along?
Absolutely, and any entity that we contract with is required to, offer that service at a contribution and tell the individual they're serving that they're receiving the service because Elder Bridge is helping to fund that. They're required to
The congregate meal sites do is a good source of information.
Oh, sure.
Right. So we have the congregate meal site, and specifically, meal site is a very active, meal site. You have a really good, leader there in Gloria. But, in Ochee, so we do a lot of promoting of our service through, because we sponsor those sites, we pay for the meal.
I think I probably asked you this last year. Melvin, they have a dinner date once a week or something, but I see you guys don't sponsor that in Melvin, or do you have to reach a certain amount? I know there's not very many.
Right. There's a couple things that play into that. We are supposed to provide our meal sites no less than three times a week, by federal mandate. Okay, so if they want to do meals less than 3 times a week, they're probably gonna have to find an alternate funding source because we can't fund that. The other thing is, we have to look at cost effectiveness and we can't have a site that's serving 2 people a day. Okay. One of the things we have done is our meals are very restricted. We have to follow federal and state guidelines as to, how much nutrients are in our meals, which we keep telling the federal government and state, you gotta loosen up on those things because our folks just want to eat what they want. So what we started doing is utilizing some unrestricted funding to try to make our meal options more creative. So a place like Melvin, we could do some material aid assistance to them, not through our nutrition funding.
What do you mean by material aid?
So if they have an individual who they were going to serve a meal, or could serve a meal to, and that individual couldn't afford to pay for that meal, they could call our agency and we could help with that cost.
I don't even know who does it. They do it once a week, I know, but
If they're not affiliated with us, I'm not sure either. Do you know, Larry?
No, I don't.
Is it direct?
To give you an example, Ashton, they don't have anything there either.
yeah.
But for a while there, they were getting together, like the reason she was open,
Oh, sure.
and they would meet there a couple times a week. And that's kind of how they did their dinner date.
I'm not sure some of the things it is now, and just I guess I
And
should.
the problem with the dinner date is now that, the people there, for instance, I'm old enough to go there, anybody 60
60 and older.
and older can go there. I don't go there, and most of the other people go there, they just say, well, I'm not going there, I'm not old enough yet. And the trend is changing. They don't go to the dinner dates anymore. They want to eat when they want to eat, and they want to eat what they want to eat, so it's changing. They're doing some really creative stuff. One is, like maybe having a dinner date at Hy-Vee, something like that, so they have a big salad bar they can pick from and that type of thing, and they supplement that. And
Good
so
idea.
that's kind of where it's gonna be changing. It's not the same anymore.
I know like
There's a lot of challenges there.
dinner dates, people that go there, they love just getting together.
Yeah, it's a social thing, and that's where they learn about elderly abuse and the different things that's going on in the elderly.
I guess my
There's something
biggest-
called respite, for instance, if you're a home healthcare caretaker, it's an opportunity for you to, somebody will come in and you can get away 24 hours or something like that. And they just do a lot of different neat
That's what my question was with advertise phone number, you know, so people know who they can call, how to get a hold of them.
And, the health department, the hospital, you know, they get home health, they get a lot of information, from them. So it's distributed that way, and it's brochures, but yeah, to get the word out, it's tough. And they also do, little, programs, balancing, was one you were doing for a while, and now you're doing the dance thing. We haven't got it up here yet, the dance. The Thai?
What do you?
The Thai dance?
I dance. Tai Chi.
Tai Chi.
Tai Chi,
Yeah.
Tai Chi for arthritis, that's really one of our biggest, demands as far as our evidence-based fall prevention, because we have younger folks who have arthritis who can benefit from the Tai Chi. So, but we don't have enough funding to offer, as much of that as we'd like to. So one of the things we're doing through our Elbridge Alliance for Private Pay is working on setting up Tai Chi for arthritis on a private pay basis. So a person can take the 10 classes, so there's 16, because we're looking at about $160, $10 per class, which if you go to the Y, you're going to pay more than that.
And you offer vouchers for the rides, and you offer vouchers for, the farmer's market. Unfortunately, there's nothing in Sibley, so they have to go on the shelf and use it.
Would Medicare pick that up?
What?
The fee for that, would Medicare pick that up?
For,
No.
farmer's market?
No, for the Thai, taking the,
Not yet.
not yet.
Not yet.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
asking.
So what Larry's talking about is we know our meals are our biggest thing. We also know that the way the meal program has been delivered over the last 40 years no longer works. So I will tell you the state dietitian has finally chosen to retire. I say that lovingly. And is done the end of this year. And so she always required higher restrictions than the best is, and we just could not get beyond that. We're making some real inroads with the Department of Aging and them bringing a new dietitian on board to loosen that up so that we can be more creative and we can provide food that people want to eat. They don't care how much folic acid is in their food. So I anticipate, and we hope that'll bring our costs down. Because of the high restrictions, our meal cost just keeps going up and up and up. It's almost $8 a meal now that it costs us to
Now,
buy.
what they pay like here at the senior center, what they pay, what, $2.50 or something?
Pay what they can afford.
Does that come off?
We have a suggested contribution. All contributions go right back into the meal fund. So any contributions collected in Osceola County come back to Osceola County to expand service. So,
And the meals here are catered in, where other counties, they prepare the meals on site.
They used to do that
They
here.
used to do that here, but for some reason or other, I guess those costs.
it was a cost thing. We are working on, I don't like two different delivery methods of meals, so we're working on that. Working on that with our nutrition director. I don't think we go back to cooking sites, I just don't think we can afford it. But we are looking at all of our options. Any other questions for me?
Could you tell me a little bit about your older worker employment program?
Yeah, it's a grant program, and so we have an older worker employment specialist, and she can work with anyone 55 plus. And so she does that through your voc rehab and your workforce development offices. And for those individuals who are 55 or older and wanting to get back into the workforce, our older worker specialist will work with them on whatever skill set they need so that they can be employable and help connect them with an which is really cool. We have one person that traveled all 29 counties to do that. And she has successfully done successfully.
Yes, that's right.
She is, yeah, Marcia Harmonston is her name. She's not just expensive, but spends a lot of time on the road, more than me even. So. Other,
Under administration, how many people work for you guys, or?
I will tell you, we have the smallest workforce we've ever had, because we used to be very involved in the Medicaid world before managed care came in. And so when we lost that Medicaid case management component, we lost a lot of income, okay? So we have a lot less staff because we didn't need staff for that. Of course, I'm administration, so administration is, it's myself. I have a director of operations who oversees the operations within the 4 offices. I have a finance director, and I have a healthy aging director, which is our nutrition and our evidence-based programs, and that's it. So, I will tell you there's a little good news, positive on the horizon. Larry knows I'm a big outside the box, I'm always looking for options, and so as much as managed care has been a thorn in our side, we have a new managed care organization that will be coming into Iowa and starting July 1st. They're calling themselves Iowa Total Care, but they're Centene is their name. Centene has a different approach to managed care than the three that started here, in that Centene realizes the benefit of working with local providers and working with the aging network, which is us. So I have had 2 meetings with them already. We're in the process of doing a contract for meals with them, but they are very interested in some other contracting options. What I have made very clear to them is we want to play ball with you, but I want to guarantee that you're going to not do this for 6 months ago, and I have to think about what to do with the staff I've ramped up. So they want to, the home meds program is Jason Slice, my coordinator of that program. We brought the home meds program to Iowa, and it's a national evidence-based program that helps eliminate or prevent adverse drug interaction problems for folks. We're the only ones in Iowa who are doing that program, but Centene wants to contract with us statewide for that program. So we are in the process of, we'll be training statewide. We will still be the contractor, but all the other area agencies on aging will set contracts under us to provide that service. Centene thinks that's a really good service, and it is. So they are seeing that benefit. They also want to utilize us to help them with mediation, so we set people to mediation training, and they want us to help with their individuals who could transition from nursing home to home, and working with that person and their family to make that happen. So we may be getting back into the Medicaid world a little bit, and I think that's good because a lot of the clients who used to be served by us are really being underserved by their managed care organization right now, and we feel bad about that. So we're hoping that there's a little light at the end of the tunnel there, where we can start helping the Medicaid individuals more, because we think that folks, if they know we're contracting with local providers, that a lot of them will choose to go to Centene. And Centene knows it. We'll see. Any other questions I can answer for you? Otherwise, don't hesitate to reach out, but yes, I hear you. We need to get our number out there. And we are working on that. We actually are, if you guys look at this picture, I'm gonna ask you something. This right here, what is that? Do you know what that is? What's that look like? Yeah, exactly.
I'm guessing it's a light there.
It's a bridge.
Elder Bridge.
I said, I look at that, and I have from day one, and I go, no, that is not a bridge.
I was gonna say, my imagination can't see it.
Exactly. So, you know, that's one of the things, we're gonna be changing our look. Not a lot of other stuff, but I said, if we're going to play on, we want people to remember Elder Bridge, then it better look like a bridge in our logo. Okay, so you're gonna see some new stuff, and it won't be red. So. And the other thing I do know, there's too many phone numbers out there, okay? And so, because we have, through the Aging and Disability Resource Center, we have a statewide call center that's got a phone number. Elder Bridge has an 800 number. Elder Bridge Alliance has a different phone number. The Benefits Enrollment Center has a different phone number, and I said, that's it. Stop. Only number myself able to promote is our Elder Bridge number, because we can link to everybody else. One number, you just need to know one number, and that's really what we're going to be doing with our rebranding also. Just call Elder Bridge, call this number.
I know that's the biggest complaint I've heard is, how do we get a hold of them? That's the biggest thing I've heard.
I'm going to change that.
Good.
Larry knows.
Yeah, we've had that discussion before.
We have to change that. I want people to, they don't need to know even what we do. All they need to know is, if you're an older person and you need help, you call Elder Bridge. That's all they need to know. And so we really got to reduce that down to, we're the ones they think of when they need something, and that's really going to be our approach. So you're going to see different things there. Okay? Do you need any extras, or is everybody here?
Do you have any information on the age of our town, the available population to use services?
Well, I see what you're asking. Next year, we will be able to give an unduplicated count of people.
Like,
Right
how many
now-
people 55 and up do I have available to use the program? I guess is my question.
Go back to the US, 16, or 25% of our county population.
Right.
Not anymore.
In Osceola County, for the 2010 census, there are 1,616 people that are 60 and older in your county.
That was some old information.
And that's 25%, 2020. We have to go by the 10-year census, so, 2020 we'll have a new one. I agree with you. I know.
So that you're seeing it creep up there.
I anticipate that,
What's
in
the next
most of our
batch?
rural,
We have the baby boomers coming in now. What's the next batch?
the baby boomers become, not the millennials, they're shown before, Gen X? Yeah. So, yes, I anticipate, and really the projection is, well, Dickinson County in 2010 was at 30% already of the population being 65. That's going to be higher too. We know that. See, seniors want to stay in the rural areas where they're comfortable.
That's not bigger in summer, is it?
Oh, no. No. That's bigger than all the folks that retire there. And they ice fish in the winter. So, all right. Well, anytime you have questions, call our 800 number. It's on the back. 800, it's all the same number back here. And ask for me, or you can always reach out to Larry and he will get it on me and say, they need some answers about this. you.
Next item is claims. Mr. Ted Sumner, you up?
Everybody have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Larry. Yeah, see you guys.
We have an emergency one move to attorney or
Uh,
you go to the board?
No, Rochelle moved it, we just didn't make copies for all you guys, so it's been moved to the board, or to the county attorney. Which is what you want, correct?
Yeah, I think that's what we're getting said. I can see it being under the board too. Because I'm sure he's figuring out. It's our responsibility. Claim 1040 is about the water service.
Make a motion to pay claim 1040.
Support 1040 by Jones, support by Millers. Discussion. All those in favor signify by aye. Opposed, same sign. Abstain.
I make a motion to pay the rest of the claims.
Motion by Jones, by Millers as well. Any further discussion? Those in favor signify with aye. Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Last thing remaining, Mr. Earl had indicated he'd like to give a brief economic development report.
There's that one that they went apart, I haven't seen him in years.
Who?
You know, that's the one about, yeah. Yeah, he's over there. Reading the list.
So if it's got anyone out there,
But it's
still living out there?
in Logan. Yeah, right there by the cemetery.
Jason, his son?
What?
Is Jason his son?
I don't know what his given names are. His grandfather had an affidavit, and for the windshield, and his man, and it was a family deal. And for some odd reason, above the passenger, they leaked. And, Dale happened to tell me that was leaking.
Yeah, you want to come
That's
forward?
why I asked him about it. Oh, don't worry about it.
Okay.
It's the thing, we just won't go out. No, it's not gonna leak.
I guarantee you.
But no, he's just, no problem.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He was.
We used to work for Benny 66, you know. He was good at sitting the candle back.
Oh, that's his uncle. That was his uncle,
Who's that?
Kenny.
Good. How's that?
He's a house through the mothers. Yeah, Gail was the same way, just a peaceful guy. Did you approve his office gone?
Yeah.
So here I say it there.
Very much you're supposed to have a short, easy meeting today, and you're pushing 12 o'clock. What's going on?
It's just the paper things.
Nobody could get up on that.
Yeah, we're just bringing it up.
I appreciate you taking a few moments to chat with you there. Thought I should try to go out with a bang here if I could. But, I had a gentleman talked to me the other day, is interested in building a building out on lot 4, the North 40 there. I kind of just highlighted it on there. It's basically, Taylor Block has that, lot down there where it says Kurt Ackerman, so there'd be 2 blank lots in between that, and that would be just before that, shooting berm out there, the old Cap Arms building there. So, what they're looking for is, and I just included just a few things just to kind of get this going if you guys are interested in doing this. What they're looking at is putting up a building that will support a ongoing business that he has in the county already. He delivers tools and different things to different individuals throughout the northwest Iowa area. He is looking at roughly a building that he claims cost will be right at about $138,000. We kind of did a little checking with Sharon's office the other day, and it's not a huge building out there by some of the standards we have, but if it would be at least about $115,000 in assessed value, it would make our 7-year plateau of getting the taxes back through 7 years of time there. So, in short, I just kind of put some scenarios on that second page there. If the building would be valued at $115,000, it would basically take us just a shy over 7 years, 7.1 years to get the money back, the taxes for the value of the land. And what we had done before is we put the value of that land at $9,000 an acre, and I think that's what the county paid for it many, many years ago. That's what we're looking at. If I just threw it out, if it's valued at $120,000 assessed value, we'd have in a little less than 7 years, it'd be 6.79, or if it's 125,000 years, or $125,000, it takes 6.5 years to pay that off. So the size of that plot out there is one of the large ones we have left, is 1.9 acres. It would be then valued at $17,100. What he's looking at is he would like to put a building up out there. He's also talking in the future, he would like to maybe expand that and put some rental spaces out there, either like a shop and office, or just rental, spots out there for that. There would probably be more than enough land on there, particularly if he ran the building from east to west up there. There'd be nothing to line. So,
And with that part, I think what he's looking at is like over the lakes, they rent out a lot of those buildings, a lot of storage.
yeah. If you go like where Tom Ackerman is over there right now, they've got several of those buildings that are all built together, and they have like a shop and an office right together, and put those out there. So in short, I guess what I'm asking is if you folks would consider going through the process if you're interested in this, going through the process of transferring this land over to him. I put in a rough idea of an MOU. I took out the names and stuff there. I did kind of botch up on a couple quick things there, but under number 1, I had, instead of May 15th, should be August. And then on page 2 of the MOU, Mike told me that you were, rather than meeting on the 29th, you're going to meet earlier than that, so I changed that to the 20th. So again, it's not going to be a building that's going to,
27th, we said the 27th is the second meeting
Okay.
next month, if you want to use that date.
okay, well, I wanted to get it in before that meeting so you guys have time to deal with it. And if you do decide to go forward, what I would suggest is maybe looking at approving an MOU on the 10th, which you have your next meeting, or the 11th. Okay, and then I could get it to him if you would have time to do it. The one reason he's asking to move this along pretty fast is I guess there is going to be a price increase on steel after the first year, and if he felt that you guys were willing to go along with him on this, that he would be able to go ahead and put some money down the building and get that lower price there.
I'd be in favor of having it on the agenda on the 11th, is consistent with the amendment we just did and the approach to encourage development out of that area, so.
I agree with you.
Do we have to amend the plan again, or we do?
The last amendment allowed for
Yeah.
those cross
still will have to do the public announcements and some of those things, I'm sure, ahead of time. Right, for, if we decide.
Disposal of land as part of the amendment.
We shouldn't have to go through and pay the big fees again.
Is there enough time to squeeze this in for the end of the year with the public hearing and all the rest of that?
Well, I doubt that you would have time to do that, because don't you have to have a certain amount of weeks notice before you would do that? I think he would be just happy if you're willing to go ahead and sign a, MOU saying that, hey, we'll move forward with this, and as long as he can kind of get things taken care of before, you know, the weather switches in the spring where you can start building, I think he'd be thrilled with that.
And the minimum assessment's gonna be 117.
I'm sorry,
I said the minimum assessment will be 117.
That's, I put that in there, and that's only just for talking sakes. That's the exact amount that it would take to make that 7-year, it'd be actually just no longer that, make that 7-year payback work. And so, he estimates, and of course, that's where it gets kind of hard until we get a hard building out there to know what is there. He's estimating the cost to be, you know, roughly $138,000. That's the actual turnkey cost. But Sharon's gonna put in the value of the land out there with the assessed value. I would venture to say he's probably gonna put in some concrete, you know, drives and stuff in there, and that's gonna increase the value a little bit.
So he was willing to go along with that.
Yeah, but he said he would really be willing to sign the minimum assessment. Now, the value of the building could go higher than that too, whatever Sharon would come up with on the amount. But he said he would be willing to sign that just to make sure that the county is covered on that, and would cover our, at least what we've done in the past as far as precedents on that. You know, and again, it's not a lot of jobs coming in, you know, he has some future hopes for expansion, but right now it's a one-man operation. So we're not gaining a whole lot of jobs out there, but we would be gaining another building in the park out there as well. And after 7 years, you'd see, of course, the taxes coming in on that as well, so. So I guess with that, I just encourage you to entertain it. If you think it's something you want me to proceed with, I can do that.
I think so.
Something better than nothing.
Okay. Would you like me to go ahead and prepare then an actual MOU for the next meeting for you guys to take a look at? And like I said, I included it in here. It would be basically along that, I would just put in the names and that kind of stuff. You know, I'll talk to him.
A little firmer number for that minimum.
Actually, what's
You
that?
have a little firmer number for that minimum then?
So
For that.
117,000 is the.
Yeah, and that's the exact amount that would make 7 years work. See, this is like 115,000, about 7.1 years, and when I figured it at 117,000, that would be just shy of 7 years.
Because I was just kind of curious that you didn't use 117 in any of those examples, so I didn't know if that number was the number we were going with, or.
Well, that's the number I pulled out just to make sure that we would make the payoff in 7 years. So, you know, we could put in 120,000 if you'd rather, then you know, be a little bit.
The 117 works, or 117 one, I think, wasn't it?
We're not talking a tremendous amount of dollars difference in this. I mean, if you look at that example on there, 115 is, you know, 2,145, 120 is 2,520. So you're talking, you know, $350, $370 difference. They just kind of went in between that to make it go.
Consistent with what the limit allows and what we've done in the past, I'd like to see it proceed.
Yeah, me too.
He's so certain, there's really no reason he couldn't sign on to the MOU before we consider it on May 11th, if he wants to really move.
That's okay with you guys.
Obviously, it takes two sides to agree, so whether we're first or he's first,
Yeah, if he sees it,
that matters too much.
If he sees it, likes it, that's fine.
Okay. So Barb, then can we just put on the next agenda then that, consider, just consider MOU for, lot in, industrial park?
There's enough time to get this done by the first of the year.
Or we haven't, I think if we have the MOU agreed to by both sides, it sounds like he'd be willing to proceed with purchasing the steel and starting the process. The land transfer would be we could maybe establish the public hearing date, that date too, if you
Yeah,
sign, if
that's-
we're willing to sign an MOU, we could identify what date the public hearing.
I know that would be helpful to whoever's doing it.
Yeah, well, I mean,
I think what you want is after, if we agree to it, in order to build.
27 one, what license, something, I don't know what the requirement is.
Gotta be a couple, 2 to 3 weeks that will have this.
Usually,
But again, I think, yeah, he's got a fairly good idea, and I did explain to him too, I said, when we put this out in public hearing, and somebody comes forward and says, yeah, I want that lot instead for that same amount, and they'll put up a building of equal or higher value, I said the board could consider going with them, but I said, I don't envision that happening. And we still do have 2 other lots out there available at this point. Plus, one thing you may wanna look down the road here too, guys, is, I've had 2 guys talk to me about, wanting dirt out of those berms out there, and I said, well, we don't own that land anymore, that's the state bank's call. But if indeed they would level that off, the bank would have another lot to sell out there, in addition to the Cat Farms one. But then we could look at developing farther to the north, there are still a few spots if you get through that low area there that, could be developed in the future. But right now, I wouldn't suggest going ahead extending the road out there until we have all the lots taken care of, so. All right, well, I thank you for the direction, and we'll see what we can come up with, and have that ready to go and deal that, so.
thanks, Mike.
All right, well, thanks for your time, appreciate it.